So what's everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to my episode 21 Straight Days with Profit. I went into the weekend with a few open positions. I took T-Doc, which still is struggling a little, TTD, which I'll tell you what I did with that today, PayPal, which executed at 100% today, Plug, which I averaged down this morning and then sold for profit. Okay, so what else did I do today? I also bought 6 Tesla calls. I sold for $1,500 profit. It's not much when you come to Tesla, but now I'm 14 wins, 2 losses. Today, I have Romeo with me. Romeo's a lifetime member. He somehow blew up his account to $84 left. I just wanted everybody to hear his story. We could ask him what he does because trading is not his living, but everybody else should be able to relate to him. So I'm going to skip slides today, and I'm just going to bring Romeo right on with me, and we'll get into a little background and kind of let's see how it turns out. All right, Romeo, you want to come join me? Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Good, good, good. So, everybody, this is Romeo. Now, Romeo has been following my platform, our platform, the 349 family, since we kicked it off. He became a lifetime member, somewhat close to it, and he blew up his account while he was doing that. So, one has nothing to do with the other, but I wanted him to share a story because I know a lot of people are still struggling. You could be on good stocks. You could wait for them to bounce, and then you get stuck riding the elevator because you didn't sell. Somebody that I knew today was holding Upstart options, and now they're getting crushed after hours. But they had to hold them because they were going to use their fourth trade in 5 days. So there are things that you should do be using a cash account. But I wanted Romeo to come tell his story for everybody and just people to be able to ask him questions because I know a lot of us or a lot of you are in the same boat or have been in that boat. And now, so here was the one prediction that I made before. When I was talking to Romeo pre-market, I made 2 predictions actually. He had $84 in his account. I said, dude, I put up 15,000. I took a guess. How close to 15,000 were you? And he said he's actually at 17,000. And what he does every now and again is he breaks out some money from his account. So he made it to 10. He took out 3,000. He took the 10 to, the 7 to like 15, probably took out a few thousand. But all in all, he's at $17,000 from $84. And then I made one other prediction. I know he loves the SPY. So I said to him, dude, I know you're in the SPY today, and the SPY hit all-time highs. So, and I can't see that piece of paper, John. So the SPY is at all-time highs. Is the TV on? All right, I can't. Is your TV on, dude? We're hearing some side noise, Romeo.
Yeah, my TV is on.
No, no, you
Oh,
can.
no,
We
no,
can
no,
hear.
TV. No,
Okay. Anyway, so the point was, I guessed that he was in the SPY today. I guessed that he didn't sell his SPY options because all it did is keep going up. So when you're in something and it looks green and it keeps going higher and higher and higher, I made the prediction that he wasn't selling the SPY, and he smiled and he said, "Yeah, I didn't sell it. I'm holding it till tomorrow." But the point is, Romeo, please tell us. I mean, tell us what you do for a living, real quick.
So I sell CBD products and Delta 8 products to clients, to stores, we do white labeling for their own products. So it's pretty
Okay,
fun.
so trading is not your first job, and I do need you to speak
Exactly.
up because everybody can't hear you as well as me. But you don't have this cool microphone in front of me.
Yeah, I
All right,
don't
so
definitely don't
so
have it.
you find yourself home though, able to trade. Okay, you joined the platform. Your account had a few $1,000s in it. Was it like three or something to that
It was
extent?
2000,
Two
2500,
thousand
2500.
dollars, and you took your account down to $84. Please let everybody know how you felt when you had $84 left in your account from 2000, because everybody's been there.
So we can't curse, right? So let's just say that I wanted to hang myself. Like that's how bad it was. You just want
Can
to
we
throw
turn up your
everything.
volume, Romeo?
Is it
Some
up?
way to do it on
I
your
thought it
computer.
was up.
Yeah, and you just sound light. I mean, I know I hear you. I just want everybody to I mean, because this is a factual story.
Right.
$2,000 down to 84. Now I know what I would do. I would want to basically kill myself. I would want to get hit by a car. I would be
Yep.
depressed about it. I wouldn't want to throw any more money into my account. I would be afraid I'm going to lose everything because I suck at trading. So tell me how you were feeling.
Oh, I wanted to throw the entire world out. I was so mad. I was so angry. Very, very angry. I did not want to do anything. I didn't want to go to work. I was just really, really upset. And, everybody feels that way, right? When you lose money, this is your own money that you're losing. So it's very, very hurtful. And you don't want to do anything else. You don't want to talk to your family members. You don't want to do nothing. And, it's just that moment where you're just like, okay, well, I got to do something, right? And that feeling that you get when you're losing, $2,500 is a lot of money, right? Any kind of money that you put in is a lot of money. And
Okay.
when you lose that money, it's just, it's heartbreaking. It's very
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Hey, first, for anybody watching, if you appreciate Romeo sharing his story, which I certainly do, and I'm going to give him thumbs up, please give thumbs up, subscribe. We provide a lot of content. Okay, so you felt like shit. You've got literally $84 left in a Robinhood account. You probably don't have money on the side that you want to throw in, or did you put in money?
No, no
No money.
money.
Okay, because you
That
were
was it.
depressed. Why would you throw more bullshit money into the market
Exactly.
when all you've been doing is taking 20? How quick did you lose $2,500 to $84?
Like a snap of the finger. Like that's how quick it
A
was.
couple days?
It was, yeah, it was
It was
actually one
quick.
play. It was one play.
Okay, so it was one move. So okay, so when I've gone on here before and I say one stupid thing will blow up your account, but you other than that, you were doing okay. Up to 2,500 from 2,000, blew up your account down to $84. How the hell did you enter back into the market? I mean, I wouldn't want to make a trade, or I would do the opposite of whatever I was thinking. That might work. I would be like, I'm going to buy this instead. Let me sell it. What did you do I mean, how do you do anything with $84?
So first thing I did was I took a step back, and I breathed. I said, you know what, like this is, I gotta do something different. I can't keep, I can't make big bets. So my first big bet was on Tesla, and I know how you feel about me and Tesla. That was my first time doing Tesla, by the way, and I lost everything, almost everything with Tesla. And I said, I have to do something different. I have to look at what Matt, your alerts, and we were looking at Tiger. And this is when back in May when Tiger was $16, $17, and it dipped down to 15, and that was like the perfect entry. I felt like that was a perfect entry. I bought some $17 calls for $25. I bought three
Okay, so
contracts.
let's
Yeah.
not focus on the stock. So the first move you made, you got 84 bucks, whatever your calls are. You spent $25 per contract. I'm assuming you bought three because you only had $84 in your account. You left $9 over. Now, I'm also assuming that the contracts you bought, the bid was maybe $25 and the ask was 30 and you put in the bid, or maybe it was 30 and 35 and you put in for 25 because that's pretty important.
So actually, the bid at that time was $50, and I said,
Okay,
you know what,
well,
I'll hit
let's just clarify.
50%.
So everybody,
Yeah.
just to be clear, the bid was $50. The dude had $84 in his account. So if he had FOMO or he was like, okay, I'll buy one. I can't afford one, but I could buy two at $40 because I have enough. Don't do stupid shit like that, okay? What he's going to tell you is he put in for $25 and he was like, you know what? If it gets executed, I'll have three contracts. But for everybody else, not the dumb person, the FOMO person has one contract to do what he did. Think I'm overly smart person who has $84 in their account will buy two $40 contracts because they're still trying to use up every little bit of money and have extra. Now, the super smart, the super safe, or the guy who blew up his account wants to be like, dude, I only want to pay $25 for that. Is that correct?
That was
And you got it
correct.
for
That was correct.
$25. What did you do with them?
So actually, what's crazy is that was the lowest that it sold for was $25. So my thing got hit. Right away, I said, okay, I want to make 100%. So I put in a sell price for $50 the same day. It did not hit that day. It did not. It went out to $40. So I kept it overnight. It was good because the next day it was at $1.10 and I sold it for $1. So I put in a bid. I sold it for $95. I said, you know what? Let me get $1 out of it,
Okay.
$100 out of it per contract. So I have three contracts and they sold for 100 each.
Right. So you're right there. You're 255 plus you had $9 on the side. You were then 264. Okay. Now, but everybody understands he tried to sell them for 100% profit, which would have been $150. He ended up getting 285 out of the deal. So sometimes when you hear me say I put in an ask or a bid, it didn't execute, and then I made out better because of them some circumstances, sometimes it works out better. Sometimes it works out worse. But like he said, it bounced or it opened up the next day at 110. So he was already playing with house money because he only wanted $50. He was getting $1.10. He settled for 95. So okay, so you did good. So you were at 284. I still would be scared as shit, man. You were just down at 84. So what? You're at 284. What'd you do next? You don't have to give me
Blink.
the stock, but tell me how you entered or
Okay.
what you looked for.
So the next one, and I know you want to say about stock was Blink though, and we saw the dip. That's when you called the dip actually. This was right when before the president came out, and it just tanked, like it tanked bad. and that was it was going to be your first loss, but you averaged down. So at that moment when you were averaging down is when I got in. And that's when I knew. I was like, you know what, this stock looks beat up, but the volatility is crazy. It goes up and down. It was at $33, and I got in. I said, you know what, this time I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to buy 3 contracts. I'm only going to buy 1 contract, because now that I have a couple $100, you know, I want to play a little bit differently, because I don't want to go all in.
So how much was that contract? Just out of
It was
curiosity.
it was $35.
35. Okay. So everybody, he's got $284. He's sitting in the side in cash, and the next purchase he makes is not $284. It's not 200. It's $34. It's about like what, 9% or something to that extent. That's what you should be doing. So everybody that does well on one trade, and then their next trade, they're like, okay, I got 274 here. I know I did well on this. I'm having some FOMO. Let me buy 5 contracts. Instead, if you wait, and I'm just going to talk about TTD real quick. All right, this morning I thought about pre-market. I had contracts worth $138. I thought maybe they would open at $1 or $1.10. I was going to sell them at $1 and buy them back at $50, which would have gave me double the amount of contracts. Okay, I did not do that. What I did is I picked up more contracts at $50. When it went to $80, I sold it at $80. When it went back to $50, end of day, I bought the same contracts for $50. So the point is, I made 60% on my trade, and I was down 40%. So I'm net still down with TTD, but I'm not down $4,000, $5,000. I'm down like $58 right now. So I just wanted to add that in, because people are saying how they might struggle with a trade. What you do is, if you sell at $1 and you have the strategy to buy back at 50 cents, that's all you need. If you had 10 contracts, you now have 20. So if the stock, or when the stock turns around, guess what? You have double the amount of contracts. So I'm always thinking about increasing my portfolio. People said to me, what did you do this morning? That is what I did, okay? I actually bought more at 50 cents, went up. I did the same thing with plug. My average on plug options was 92 cents. I bought more at 50 cents, and I sold them when it hit 92 cents. When it hit 92 cents, I made 62%. All right, sorry for interrupting your story. I just want to share what I do, which is similar. If you know a stock or option is going down, you could sell at 80 cents and buy it at 40 cents again. I mean, it just makes so much more sense. If you own 20 contracts, you'll own 40. If you own 4 contracts, you'll own 8. If you're correct about the stock or the option and it goes up, let's say TTD goes up to $86 sometime this week, which I think it's going to. That makes my options worth probably $4 each. If my average for those is now 50 cents and I'm back in, I'm going to make 700%. All right, sorry, I don't want to go off topic. All right, you have $284. You bought 1 contract for $35. So you had $250 on the side. You had 1 contract for $35. What was your next play? Did it go up right away? Did you average down? Tell me.
The next day, it actually went to $2, so I sold it. That was
okay.
Friday.
So 1 contract, $235. I mean, you bought it for $35. It goes to $2. You made $160, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, you're up to $430. What the hell did you do next? 1 contract, more? Did you go all in?
So then I did 1 contract, and this is where, you know, the averaging down comes into play, right? So I did 1 contract, and I bought it for $300. $250. I bought it for $250.
Okay,
it went down.
So you don't even have that much money to buy for $250. How much? You had 400 and like change, 460, let's say. You bought a $250 contract, which means you had you only had like $200 left. Maybe right. You spent over 50% on that contract. Yeah.
All right. So I did a little bit risky at that time. So what I did was I saw it go down, and instead of getting in at 40%, I waited till it got to 60%. So it was down 60%, and I ended up buying. It was actually about $100 right at that time. So I bought 1 contract for $100.
So you didn't spend the rest of your money, okay? I guess everybody that's out there, he spent over 50% of his money on 1 contract. It went down not 40%, but 60%. So if he bought it at $250, it was down around $1. Now, he still had over 200, somewhere between 200 and 300 on the side. He could have said, I'll buy 2 or 3. Let me put an extra $50 in. But he bought 1. So when I tell, and everybody's light bulb should be going off, because I know there's so many people that are out there and they're like, F it, right? I almost cursed. F it. That shit goes down to $1. I've got $600 in my account left. I'm buying 6 contracts. And yes, it works out for some people sometimes, but That's an easy way to give away the last $600 in your account. All right, so you bought
Yep.
one more contract. So now your average was 175 and you got 2 contracts. What did you end up doing?
So this is what I did. So once it got to one, it went actually back up. Like it went back up. It got to 150. What I ended up doing is I sold that one contract that I bought for $100, and I sold it for 150. I made $50 profit off of that $100, right? So my average is still 175 because I averaged down the right, not the right way, but I still averaged down. So instead of me being at 250 for one contract, I'm at 175 for a contract, and I have $150 on the side instead of $100. So I made $50 already. So that was my first strategy. And then I put in a bid to sell for $2, and it actually hit $2 the next day. And so I made $25 profit. So now I could have made $50, an additional $25.
Now, just for everybody, 2 things, right? 2 things that made that work for you, those trades. Number 1, a cash account. So as soon as you purchase whatever you're purchasing, and again, Romeo's getting shit cheap. So it's $50 contract. He's putting in a bid for $25. When it hits, he's not staring at the computer. He's doing his real job. If he was staring at the computer and he watched it go from 50 to 40 to 45 to 30, he might say, screw 25, I'll put in for 15, and you'll never get that purchase. So he's planning ahead. He put it for 25, then he gets it. As soon as he buys a cash account, he's going to sell it. So everybody on the side that says, I use Robinhood. Robinhood's the best. Robinhood sucks. You're going to use up your day trades. If you do not sell for profit, you're just going to ride the elevator and take the loss every freaking day. And when you take the loss every day, what are you going to feel like, Romeo? If you were taking a loss every day, what would you feel like, man?
Like, I don't want to do this no more. Yeah, like I'm a loser. Yeah.
And the worst thing about that is if your stock goes up, as soon as you buy it, someone says to you, let's buy some Upstart options, and Upstart spikes. Or we say, okay, let's average down with TD, and TD spikes, or TDOC, or whatever, Roku spikes, or something like that. What the first thing we want to do is take profit. It would be probably the worst feeling in the world if I saw something go up and I was like, my $200 just became worth $600, and then I watched $600 instead of selling go down to like $175 at the end of the day. So I lost $25 on the day instead of making $400. I mean, I would be sick. So anybody that's watching this right now, if you use Robinhood and that's your only trading account, you better open up a cash account someplace else. I don't care if you're just trading 200, 100, 500, 10,000, anything under 25,000. You need to have diverse accounts, okay? Robinhood screws you. Sorry. All right, so your account's up to like $574 or $84. How the hell did you get from $584 up to like 17,000? And how long did it take? How long? I took a guess.
So it took me almost a month to get to 7,000, from that 500.
Okay, so you got from $84 within like 2 or 3 days. You were at $584. So the most important thing was your first trades were successful. So anybody that's struggling, don't just throw your money away. Focus. Okay, so then you're up to $584, and from $584 to $7,000, it took you a full month. You said.
So we went from 500 to about 2,300. That was in June, and then from 2,300 we went to 7,000, which was in July, end of June, early July. That was when Tiger happened. Right before Tiger, everybody over. But there was a lot of Tiger. Like Tiger was like the main one back in, we're talking about end of May, June.
Okay, so just for everybody else, what he's saying basically to find the one stock that like family, and make sure there's demand for that stock and there's buying for that stock. And if the markets are going down, at least your stock is stable. And if the markets are going up, your stock will excel, which is what Tiger did before China got shorted July 5th and before Chinese stocks threw up on themselves. Tiger, I think, went from like $16, probably close to $28. So, yes, it's tough to find a stock like that. But when you do, you take advantage of it. I was in Moderna, again, off an alert 2 weeks ago. And if I hold on to my 7 options, which I sold for $4,200, I would have sold them for north of $62,000 about a day later, like 26 hours later. So that's what happens with options. You secure profit sometimes. Shit runs good. I wish I had held. I just felt like I was going to be dumbed if Moderna went down to like 350 and people said, dude, nice call there. And I'll be like, yeah, we all could have made money. The point is you got to secure profit. All right, so you're up to 7,000. It basically took you 4.5 weeks. How did you get from 7,000 to 17? Did you go all in?
Not all in. No.
Okay.
Never again. That was my number one rule, right?
Yes,
So
I was
I
being
have to be sure.
sarcastic, but I'm glad you
Yeah.
answered that in the affirmative. The point is, are you still? How do you buy options these days? Tell everybody. You buy 1 or 2, or do you buy 5 now because you have much more money?
I still buy 1 or 2, max 2.
1 or 2 options, and you have a game plan.
It.
If you buy an option for $2.50, it goes down. Do you have a game plan, or you're getting out, or what are you doing?
All right, so this is what I do. So if it goes down 15 to 20%, I get out of that one and I buy in the money, right? Because I know that if I buy in the money, I'm going to more than likely make up the 15, 20% loss that I had prior. That means that my entry point was not good. And so what I'll do is I'll sit back, I'll evaluate, and I'll get back into the call again. But my only one that I play right now is SPY. SPY is my new family, right? So that's all.
So you're playing the direction of the market right now. So as long as you gauge the direction of market, you do pretty darn good. Okay. So that was interesting what you just brought up a second ago. Now, because I never talk about that strategy. So what Romeo was saying, and I'm going to use my favorite TTD right now as an example. So TTD is what, $79? Is that what it's at now? $78.50, $78.40, probably $78.50. Let's see what that is at. Nope, $79. That's so much better because it's more of a round number. It's right around $79. So you were in, let's say, like me, if I was you and we were envisioning each other's moves, I'm in the $82.50 calls that expire at the end of the week. Now, I do think the stock's going to $85, $86. So I think my option is going to be worth $3.50. They're currently worth about 50 cents. So I envision making 600% anyway. But if I wasn't so sure of myself, which I am, but if I wasn't so sure of myself, you would say something like this, right? Let me just get this straight. You're selling these options. You're going to take the $500, accept the loss, okay? You're down 66%, or maybe you average down, you're down 40%. So you'll take your $600, you're down $400, your $600 out of TTD. You're going to let it go down. So you might have done that today at 81.50. Or no, not 81.50. Whatever it was today. Where is it?
78.50. It was.
So it was 80.50. Okay, so yeah, you might have done it at like 79.50 on a spike. You say to yourself, I'm going to get out. It's spiking. I sell. Okay, that was probably one of the times my option hit 80 cents. And then instead of me buying back in that option for 50 cents, which I did, you're taking my strategy one step further, and you're saying you're going to use that $600, and you would buy $79 strike, right in the money, or right at the money.
Right at the money, yeah. And I wouldn't do it for this. I wouldn't have done it for 820. I would do it for 1 week out, only because.
And you would also buy some more time. All right, so everybody understand the difference. First off, Romeo is trading $17,000. That is his full account. He withdrew some money, so he probably has $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on the side, and he enters into a position at $300 a pop. Me, my option account, trading 1% of my entire portfolio. Okay, so when I jump into a position, I can obviously do things a little different. So when I mentioned breaking the rules, yeah, when I break the rules, it's because I have FOMO. That gentleman over there knows exactly what he's doing. This guy here likes to have fun with options and likes to see huge returns and likes to call the bottom like nobody's business. So if I think I'm being right, I'm like, yeah, I just purchased 41 options. It does not mean that you follow me and buy 41 options. It doesn't even mean we have one follower is $14 million in his or her account. I won't give it away. But this person likes to enter in 200 contracts at a time. 200 at a time. I don't do that shit. If I'm maxed out on something, I have about 24,000 to 25,000 in a position, and I probably have somewhere between 182 and 290 contracts. This person, 200 times. Imagine that. Imagine buying 200 contracts and being wrong and it going down 40%, and then you have to buy 400 contracts. And you're talking about an involatile. I mean, you better be in like the most liquid stock, like a Netflix or an Amazon, because you're in a stock and you've got all 600 contracts that are out there and nobody's making a bid on your contract and your stock is going down, you're going to blow up your account. So people don't really understand that. You should look to see if there are other contracts that are open. If you have the only contracts that are open, nobody's going to pay your ask ever. They're always going to put in a bid and they're going to wait for you to scare sell. So you want to make sure there's a lot of activity for any positions you take. When Romeo's mentioning playing the SPY is the most popular thing in the entire market. It is the market. It's the direction of the market. So even when your stocks are going down, the SPY is at an all-time high. It looked like a little triangle today. So let's get some questions. We got a couple more minutes. Please, everybody, if you're getting content here, please give a like, give a thumbs up, subscribe, tell a friend. All right. This is a lifetime member that went from like knowing what he's doing to not knowing what he's doing to knowing what he's doing to being patient. It's all about patience, taking notes, doing the right things. Don't put yourself in trouble. Don't buy too many contracts. Don't average down too soon. There's so many don'ts. There are so few do's, okay? It's like secure profit. That's what you do. Do it again. That's what you do. As far as what you don't do, don't have FOMO. Don't scare sell. Don't go into an option position without having a strategy. I mean, these are all silly things. Let's get some questions. Maybe Roman can answer some questions. Love killed it. All right. Do you know either of these two stocks? I don't know if you have them open, but you could definitely.
Well, yeah, of course, Twitter and
right,
Snap.
You do Twitter. I'll do Snap. How about that, bro? We'll split it up. I'll take the easy one. You take the hard one. All right, I'll start with Snap right now. Snap is following the direction of the NASDAQ. So until the NASDAQ turns around, Snap sold off for 3 days. Volume's been extremely light. It was a little heavier today. Now understand, Dr. Michael Burry, right? The guy that was in The Big Short, the guy that shorted the housing market, right? His big bet right now, besides for shorting Tesla, which I'm not sure if he's in or out, but I'm pretty sure he lost some money on that. But his big bet right now is against Cathie Wood and the ARK K Fund. He says the ARK K Fund, ARKK, is going down, all right? He's playing with options, so he's playing with puts. I don't know if he's using spreads or not, but he's saying ARK K is going down. Now, if ARK K goes down, those are more innovative companies like Space, Virgin Galactic, things like that, not money. He could be right, all right? Tech could still get stronger, and Cathie's fund could still go down. What are you thinking about Twitter?
So Twitter follows Snap and Pins. Right now it has the 2 outflow days. I would stay a little bit on the sidelines because reason being is that we got monthly expirations this month, which is the 20th. The last time we happened, it did go down, on the same week, right? So if you zoom out and you look at the chart from the 7/12 to the 7/16th, you'll see that dip. So it's still going down. I don't see it coming back up this week. Maybe later on, but as of right now, I personally will stay away from Twitter.
Okay, excellent. I kind of agree with you, but you did mention Pins, so I just took a look at Pins because that wasn't asked, and I figured if somebody else cares about Pins. Pins actually is going to be more of like a meme stock to me right now because they don't have earnings to support it. But the good thing is it's in demand. So what I saw today is there was actually inflow today. So you're also going to follow tech, but if tech rebounds and has a little pop tomorrow or even Wednesday, all 3 stocks can move good. But if I thought one was going to move better than everybody else's, I would say Pins, all right? But the same way, if tech goes down hard, I'm going to tell you that Pins is going to move the worst out of all 3 to the downside. So again, these are just predictions. I'm not telling you Pins is moving up, killing it, down, killing it. I'm saying it's going to be more volatile than these other 2 stocks, depending on the NASDAQ. So everybody, when you hear stuff, write that shit down. Be like, okay, if the NASDAQ moves up, let me look at this. It should outperform this. If the NASDAQ moves down, so that's what I'm thinking. Somebody else mentioned a Bitcoin stock, BTBT, right? Or Bitfarms or something like that. It's been getting hammered. Now, I don't like this, the company, but all of Bitcoin companies have been hammered. So if you think that one will do better and outperform, that's what some people think about CAN, like CAN or CAAN or something like that. Anyway, let's get another question up here. Oh, Romeo, this is all you, bro. Tiger. I haven't even looked. Let me just tell you, I haven't looked at Chinese stocks. Here's the thing about Chinese stocks. An investor friend of mine said here's his take on Chinese stocks. Tell me if you agree, because it was pretty funny. When he said it, I kind of agreed with him. He said, now is not the time to be selling your Chinese stocks. However, now is not the time to be buying Chinese stocks, meaning Chinese stocks went down so much already that there's no value to sell them. But he's not buying them because they could go down more. So I was like, dude, that's such like a dick answer. It doesn't even answer the question. But what do you think about Tiger, my brother here?
I personally would wait until you start seeing a little flow for the Chinese market. This week, I would stay away from Tiger. I would stay away from all Chinese stocks. especially Tiger right now. It's at 14.75. Oof. Yeah, I would stay away.
Okay, here's the one good hope for anybody that's in a Chinese stock or a Chinese company. All right, China just had some new lockdowns. China's economy is struggling more than they said so. Their numbers just came out. Okay, so China is probably not going to implement these crazy restrictions that they have on these companies, and that they're saying they're going to do that because they don't want to F up their economy any more than it is. They're a leading economy in the world, and if they're exporting less and their docks are closed and they're shipping containers, they're shipping less, and they're not using as much oil, and they're the number one oil user in the world, which is why oil's down. So let's just focus on China real quick. They're not going to impose penalties on companies and make these companies suffer right now. So I'm getting just like a little warm about China. So anybody else, I don't know if I'd be Tiger or Futu. I'm gonna tell you, both charts look terrible. Futu went down to $90 today. Thank goodness I stayed away from that. The one company I'd look at if I was in a Chinese stock, and I mentioned this before, is Baidu, because Baidu is like Google to China. So what does Baidu keep having? They keep growing, and their numbers are going to grow. And whether it's pandemic, lockdown, or not, we all know that people are using Google and Amazon more. So I like Baidu. I would stay away from Tiger as well. Is eBay ever coming down? I thought it was coming down. I thought it was going from 68 probably to 62. It surprised me with good earnings, and there is huge demand. So anybody that wants to look at eBay, here's a company. So you want to look at it? Look at the 1 month of eBay. So when I tell you, look for demand, I don't even have to look at the 1 month now. I can tell you 4 or probably 5 days in a row. Volume's pretty big, and it's probably green, signifying inflow, which is what you want to find when you find a company. Who cares what Matt says, Romeo says, SPY, this, that. Find a company like eBay that has a strong-ass chart of 5 straight inflow days. And when it comes down the next day, tomorrow or the next day or the next day, that's when you're buying. You're like, because I know that shit's going to go up even higher. What do you think about eBay, bro?
I like eBay. I would wait for that dip. Do not have FOMO. Don't chase. It's going to come down a little bit, maybe $1, $2. I would say on the third. I would say on the third outflow day. If you look at the chart, it's usually 3 outflow days. So I'll wait for that third outflow day, and that's when I would get in.
Excellent. And let's remember my original price target on eBay stock was $77. It touched $76.55 today. So it's pretty damn close, meaning I might not even go into eBay because it looks too damn good. And the inflow has been so strong for 5 days where stocks just don't go up like that. All right, Romeo, specifically for you, what's your next move, man?
All right, so the next move for the $100 challenge is that we are going to wait for the spike to its max. We're going to wait for that dip. That dip should be happening. If it's not going to be this week, it'll be right before Labor Day weekend, and we're going to buy calls on the lowest peak that it goes down, like the bare bottom. So either that's 440 or 434. 434 is where I'm seeing that it can go to. If it's not this week, it'll be Labor Day weekend, right before Labor Day.
You said calls. You mean puts, right? You think it's going down?
It's going to go down, but I'm not
spike.
Exactly.
You know what?
Exactly.
If are you around tomorrow, Romeo? Because if you're around, I'd love to continue this conversation, and we could talk about the SPY. We can answer some more questions, so we could just carry this forward tomorrow. I know some people have some questions, but that way he can talk about the SPY because that's where he's killing it. So when I tell everybody, know a stock like family, if you understand the SPY and then you understand what the SPY does, meaning the market's going higher or small and mid cap are going higher, the SPY will go higher. When you look at what makes it the SPY, if you see those stocks going down, you could say, okay, I'm going to short the SPY. So Romeo is saying we're at all-time highs. He could see it going up from 447 to like 450. But at 450, he's saying there might be some resistance. So let's pick this up tomorrow. Let's just go back a week ago, Friday, when I made a prediction of SPY at 447. By next week, which was last Friday. I missed by a day. I sucked. I actually went opposite the position on Tuesday. I suck. Please like or give me thumbs down or thumbs up and join us tomorrow, okay? Thanks, everybody, for watching.